I like to make videos.
Hello, my name is David Spates. I am here to introduce to you the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro. And here it is. Okay, so obviously for those of you who are not in the market for buying a wireless video transmitting system, as you can see, this is probably not the video for you. There are plenty of cat videos on the internet, or if you want to get your little laugh on, ha hee hees, you can check out David Spates sketch comedy videos. Shameless plug, and I do mean shameless. I have no shame. All right, so let me just cut to the chase. Okay, that's actually a chop, karate chop, and you cannot cut people in karate. I've tried and I got my butt beat that day, didn't I? Yes. But I digress. So I'm trying to break this down to you in 9 quick sections as quick as possible anyway, for those of you who are trying to do the research on this. I bought this system and another system, let's just say the company's name, and the product had the number 800 in the name. But this little system, actually, I was impressed. So basically I had a shoot at a studio where I had limited time and we needed to move around a lot. So I had to figure out a way to save time, and a big way to save time was not having to deal with SDI cables and HDMI cables, unplugging them, moving around all over the studio. If I could go wireless with my video, that would make things run a lot faster. So doing the research, like I said, I found this product. So with this system, no, the screen does not go up and down like that. That is the refresh rate on my camera that's recording it. The screen is actually solid if you're actually looking at it. Well, David, why don't you be more professional and set your camera up appropriately? Shut up! The actual unit itself does not have this on it. This is my little quick release plate for my little camera system. Bam. But that is how the units actually look. But they probably look a little, a little cuter. I got my stuff just all wonky. Anywho, this is a cold shoe plate to mount on top of your camera or whatever you want to mount it on. It also has, a place where you can screw it on. Either way, either who. Now we can get into the nitty gritty. Number one, it has both SDI inputs and HDMI inputs. So you can choose either one of those inputs to come from your camera. What I wasn't crazy about was that it didn't have an HDMI or SDI loop output, but I was able to work around that. I took the output from my camera into my monitor, which had a loop out, and then I put that into the transmitter. So that was my workaround. But when you do something like that, you do introduce more latency to your video signal. Well, Dave, what is this latency you speak of? Such fancy words. Basically, that just means delay. So according to the product specs, the latency is about 0.08 seconds, or is it milliseconds? It's one of the two. Unless it's something else, then that would make it one of the three. Anyway, here's what I'm talking about. I'm actually using this system on a little homemade director's monitor that I made that is breaking. Son of a... You see a little picture here? You see my hand here. Whoop, bop, bop. See the slight delay? Latency. Now remember, my setup is going from camera to a monitor, then to the transmitter. So I'm actually adding a little bit of latency to it. So as far as latency goes, you can actually adjust the amount of latency that this has. Remember, the screen does not look like this in real life. It's because of my camera settings while recording. And all you would do is go into the menu mode by holding that down for a couple of seconds. Takes you to the menu, and I hope you can see it, but at the top it says scene mode. And I can hit select on scene mode, and then you have HD, which is set on, balance, and speed. So HD gives you the highest quality and the most latency, and of course speed gives you the least amount of latency. Because some people are wondering, well, can you pull focus with it? Well, if the latency isn't too bad, you can still do a pretty good job. Mind you, the reason I got this system is because I didn't have thousands of dollars to spend on these high price systems that say they have zero latency. Give me a teeny bit of latency for half the price, I'll take it. So just so you know, you can actually adjust how much latency you have. The least amount of latency you put on gives you the least amount of video quality in your settings. Honestly, I couldn't tell the difference in video quality when I had it set in HD or when I adjusted the latency to speed mode. Mind you, I'm just using these for monitoring purposes. I'm not taking the signal from this system and recording from it. I'm taking the signal and watching it on a big old TV. The really nice thing for it is the app for the system. Dave, why don't you show us this app? Well, I would if you bought me a new phone, because my old 4G phone isn't compatible. That being said, I have seen the app, and by the looks of things, it looks pretty handy. It comes with nice little tools like zebras, focus peaking, false colors, magnification, histogram. All kinds of tools to help you shoot more professional looking videos. And you can also get updates for this system through the app. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? Not isn't. Isn't that nice? Now, like I said, it doesn't have HDMI or SD output, but what's cool about it is you can take one transmitter and actually link it up to 2 receivers at the same time. But that's not all, folks. You can also take one transmitter, link it up to 1 receiver and 1 mobile device. Phone, tablet, the choice is yours. But wait, there's more. You can take one transmitter and link it up to 1 receiver with 2 mobile devices at the same time. That's right, you can view it on 3 different monitors. But wait, there's more. You can also take one transmitter and link it up to 4 mobile devices. Not this and 4, just 4 mobile devices. All this through the app. I think that's pretty impressive. I know some of you saying, that's nice, David, blah, blah, blah. How far does this thing work? Well, I mean, the name says Mars 400. So obviously that's 400 feet, meter feet, 400 Mars planets. I don't know, but I can show you. Now, obviously, depending on where you are, it's gonna work differently. If you're shooting in a bank vault and in between the transmitter and the receiver, there's 10 feet of concrete, another 6 feet of titanium, well, the signal probably isn't gonna go too far. Let's say you're at my house and you got a camera set up, recording the TV, and you walk out of my front door and you go for a little walk. How far can you go, Dave? With a clear signal. Let's see. La da 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 da. The music is free, by the way. Da 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 da. Okay, this is gonna take a long time. I think I'm just gonna speed this up. This is copyright free music, by the way, if you were wondering. Some of you may say, Dave, how do I power these suckers up? Well, glad you asked. There are a couple of ways to power these boys. You can obviously use a battery, okay? These are the Sony NPF batteries. That's these little suckers here. This little one, the little slim ones, they last about 2 hours. I use the bigger ones that I could be showing you now if I was prepared and grabbed one. But they last me 6 to 8 hours easily. So I go for the big batteries if you're going battery power. That being said, in the box, you'll also get a AC adapter. Yep. And that just plugs into the back. You can power it that way. It locks, you can screw it in, lock it. There's also a USB port where you can plug in power bank and run it that way also. So many options, very handy. Now, as far as audio, you might be able to hear the fan on the one I'm using right now because literally my microphone is right on top of the unit. But the fan is actually pretty quiet. I'm about 4 feet away from the camera and I can't hear the fan from here. You all might hear it in the video because, like I said, literally the microphone is right on top of the fan. But there's good news. Once again, if you go into the menu mode, you will see fan. Look at that, fan. And you can adjust the speed of the fan or completely turn it off. Yeah, crazy, huh? Now, obviously, I wouldn't want to keep the fan off. I would only turn it off if I had, some critical scene where I was really close with the microphone or something like that. But just the fact that you can turn it off is great. The quality of the video coming out of this thing is really good to me, myself, in my opinion. The bit rate for the signal is 12 megabytes per second. That's pretty good in my opinion. I know it looked good on the monitor that I was watching. And last but not least, the price. Last time I checked, it was $649. Let's just say $650. Yeah, that's right, I said it. But I caught it on B&H. It was on sale for like $5 something, so I got it at a discount. Now, yes, that's not pocket change for many of us who are yet to be the true ballers that we are destined to be. But compared to the 10 grand for certain systems I saw, I was able to happily work with it. So with that being said, David, are you happy with the purchase? Yes, I am. So hopefully this little review with information will help some of you guys that are, looking for a wireless transmitting system. Like I said, I have this system and another one that has the number 800 in it, and I like this one better. The fan is quieter, period. And the one that says 800 says it goes 800 meters. And when I put these side by side, they went the same distance. This system was more reliable in the studio for my use, and I was using both of them. at the same time. I have this system on one camera and that 800 system on the other camera, and the Hollyland Mars 400S Pro outperformed the 800 system. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. Now get that camera out of my face, sucker!